Welcome to The Explainer. There's a huge policy shift coming out of the US called America First 2026, and it's set to rewrite the rulebook for global business. So today, we are going to break down exactly what this means for Thai entrepreneurs and, most importantly, how you can get ready for what's coming. This is the big question that's been bouncing around the World Economic Forum this year. The whole global playbook is changing so fast that the old ways we measured a country's strength, well, they're just not cutting it anymore. So if GDP isn't the main yardstick, what is? All right, so to really get this new policy, we first have to understand the new game that's being played on the world stage. We're stepping into an era where a nation's strength isn't just about the money in the bank, it's about something you can actually hold and control. Yeah, we're shifting away from a global system that was, based on shared rules to what experts are now calling the power accumulation era. It's less about abstract financial numbers and all about having tangible strategic control over the resources that truly matter. So, what does this new kind of power actually look like? Well, it's really built on three core pillars. First, having control over your own energy and your own food supply. No surprises there. Second, being a leader in the AI and tech infrastructure that basically runs the modern world. And third, building really strong alliances with the nations you trust. You might have heard this called friendshoring, where you prioritize doing business with your allies. Okay, so now let's zoom in and see how all of this shapes the America First 2026 policy. And believe me, this is way more than just a slogan, it's a direct game plan for this new global reality we've been talking about. This one sentence from the US president's big speech at Davos really captures the whole philosophy. The thinking is that a powerful, self-reliant American economy will act like a locomotive, pulling the entire global economy along with it. And here it is, the number that's making all the headlines, a new, flat 10% tariff on pretty much all imports. The goal here is super straightforward. Make imported stuff more expensive to really fire up manufacturing and production right there in the US. And this ties right back to that first pillar of power we mentioned. A huge part of the playbook is a major push for more domestic oil and gas. The goal? Simple. Drive down energy costs for American businesses and families, giving the whole country a big competitive edge. The policy also looks inward, calling for much tighter immigration controls. And the immediate impact of that, of course, is on the job market. So if you run a business that depends on skilled talent from overseas, think about wellness, spas, or even tech, this could create some serious hiring headaches. Okay, so that's the 30,000-foot view. But what we really need to know is, what does this actually mean for you, for Thai business owners, whether you're in Thailand or running a business in the States? Let's get into the specifics. And this is really where it all hits home. The policy creates a different set of challenges depending on what you do. For restaurant owners, it's this push and pull between higher food costs and lower utility bills. For wellness businesses, it's a potential talent crunch. And if you're an importer, well, you're looking at a whole new level of supply chain headaches. Let's really dig into that restaurant example because it perfectly shows the dilemma. On one hand, your gas and electric bills might actually go down, which is awesome for your bottom line. But on the other hand, the price of that authentic jasmine rice or those essential Thai spices, that could skyrocket because of the new tariffs. It's a real trade-off. And for all you importers out there, this is the term you need to highlight and circle in red: transshipment tariffs. U.S. Customs is planning to get really tough on goods that are routed through other countries to maybe hide where they originally came from. That means your entire supply chain is about to be put under a microscope. So, I know, it sounds like a lot of hurdles, and it is. But here's the thing. Every time there's a huge economic shift like this, it always opens up new doors. So let's talk about where the opportunities might be for smart entrepreneurs in this new world. Two areas in particular are looking really promising. First, health and wellness. People are more focused on well-being than ever, and Thailand's reputation in this space is absolutely world-class. That's a huge advantage. Second is food tech. With the U.S. so focused on its own food security, any innovative, sustainable farming tech from Thailand could find a very, very welcoming market. So this is what it all comes down to, right? Knowing everything that's on the horizon, how do you position your business to not just get by, but to actually win in this new era? Well, according to the experts, it really boils down to a two-part strategy. First, and this is crucial, you have to stay informed. Policy details can shift, so keeping a close eye on updates from U.S. Customs is absolutely non-negotiable. And second, it's time to start thinking beyond just the price tag.
And this right here is the big strategic pivot you need to think about. Look, if tariffs are going to raise your costs no matter what, trying to be the cheapest is a losing game. The winning move is to build a premium brand, one where the quality, the authenticity, the story is so compelling that your customers are more than happy to pay for it.
So, as the fundamental rules of global trade are being rewritten, the strength and the perceived value of your brand might just be the single most important asset you have. The real question you need to ask yourself is, what's your brand's currency really worth?